Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hillary Hill. Thanks for joining me. All right, I have a few things that I want to share with you guys, and this is coming from General Flynn. He is recently posted on his social media just an article that he wants us to read that was written by him. He wrote this in April and has recently reposted it, so let me read to you what he's saying. So first off, he says, "Finding the right balance between liberty and order is a challenge, but that does not mean it can't or shouldn't be done. Life is not tidy, nor was it meant to be. In life, you must do everything you can with everything you've got, because you only have this one life to do so. Don't give up or give in. Our country and our children and their children are why I do what I do. Why do you do the things you do?" And then he also says, "Read this article. I posted it last month, but I'm reposting it here on my Telegram page. God bless America." So I want to read to you the article that he wrote. I am going to link the article down below. I have basically just cut out some chunks that I think really pertain to what you guys want to hear, but please go ahead and click the link in the description box to read the full thing if you guys do have the time, because it is quite lengthy. Okay, so this is a letter written by General Mike Flynn titled "In Defense of Liberty." "I see a great struggle in America today between two formidable forces. This struggle is not new. In fact, it is as old as government itself. I'm talking about the struggle between order and liberty. Neither order nor liberty is inherently our enemy. Liberty is an essential part of our national identity. It is mentioned in that classic line of the Declaration of Independence, perhaps the most famous line of text in American political history. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that we are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is no accident that liberty and the pursuit of happiness are placed in such close proximity. Liberty unleashes Americans to create a better life for themselves and others. The liberty we have to pursue happiness is a sacred right that should never be subdued. The idea of America is essentially meaningless without liberty. Yet personal liberty is not without limits. Order may not be as common a theme in political discussions, but it has just as much historical relevance as liberty. The preamble makes clear that our greatest founding document was created in part to ensure domestic tranquility. This is a goal any sensible American should get behind. Many patriots are naturally leery of the order that government provides, and rightfully so. If history has taught us anything, it is that governments will always use crises to try to expand their own power. Yet, we cannot allow ourselves to deny order in its entirety. After all, the very reason we have our Constitution today is because Americans needed a government with sufficient power to protect its citizenry, something that the Articles of Confederation did not provide. We all want order, but it too should not be without limits. Though order and liberty are both necessary, they stand perpetually at odds with one another. Alexander Hamilton spoke of this phenomenon in his June 25, 1788 speech before the New York Ratifying Convention, as they were considering the adoption of our current Constitution. Hamilton said, "Good constitutions are formed upon a comparison of the liberty of the individual with the strength of government. If the tone of either be too high, the other will be weakened too much." From this, we can glean that liberty must be balanced with order, but order cannot impose itself without understanding how it affects the liberty of individuals. Finding this balance is a challenge, but that does not mean it can't or shouldn't be done. Life is not tidy, nor was it meant to be. In life, you must do everything you can with everything you've got, because you only have one life to do so. I believe two principles can help each man and woman appropriate their boundaries between order and liberty. Please note that both of these principles are to be applied by the individual. These are not lost societal virtues to be bemoaned, but personal action steps that each patriot should apply to his own life before stepping foot outside his door each morning. The best way to keep liberty from running rampant is personal accountability. Liberty is a sacred trust that should not be abused. Each of us must use our liberty to better ourselves and others. Exercise your right to peaceably assemble to effect positive change in your community, not to disrupt, distract, or destroy. Employ your right to exercise your religion by teaching others about the external truths of Scripture, not to divide people into warring factions. By all means, use your freedom of speech to expose wrongdoers, but do not be hateful just because you have the liberty to speak freely. Each patriot must be held personally accountable for the sacred trust liberty invokes. While personal accountability is the best way to keep liberty in check, vigilance is the best way to keep order in check. The slow creep of government into the lives of citizens is portrayed as inevitable, but that is only because no one is willing to stand watch. And lastly, obviously, keeping up with the current events is one way to stay vigilant, but it is far from the only way. The best way to stay vigilant is to stay personally involved. America has a total of 3,006 counties, large and small. Every county is a place on the patchwork quilt of America. Make sure yours is covered. The key to victory is in the hands of every American. Personal accountability and vigilance must be crucial parts of your credo. Take action wherever God has placed you. Each of us has a role to fill, a talent to employ, and a task to execute. The lifeblood of America is we the people, and that includes you. Live each day with the knowledge that the balance between order and liberty rests on our shoulders. Guys, I just wanted to share that with you because I think that that is a beautiful call to action for us. I was reading through it and I said, you know what? I need to film this. I think you guys need to hear this story. Like I said, the link for the full article, the full letter that General Flynn wrote is at the top of the description box down below. So please click on it. Please, read through it, read it for yourself, save it even for when, everything is in shambles and you need a little bit more of a pick-me-up. I think General Flynn has some great words. All right, thanks for listening. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, like, comment down below, share this with anyone if you feel like it. But I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.